Hey y'all, so excited that you're here, that you're back on your mat with me. Today's class is all about the sun salutation. So how this class is going to work is that I'm going to take you through 4 different variations of the sun salutation, starting with the most accessible and moving towards the most challenging. So as you move through these options, if you find an option that works right for you and for your body, stick with that option. If you try one of the more difficult ones and it doesn't feel quite right, that's okay. Just take it back to an earlier version. So we're going to go through those 4 variations, and then I'm going to flow through 4 consecutive sun salutations. And these are going to be straight through. So choose the option from the first 4 that works best for you, and we're just going to flow. We're going to flow through them back to back. And the goal here is for your body to kind of take over through the repetitive movements, and that will allow your mind to kind of tune out and get into that almost meditative state that we try to achieve in yoga. And so as you flow, listen to your body, but also allow your mind to kind of just turn off, get into the movements, and allow yourself to just flow. You don't need any props for this class unless you normally practice with a blanket or blocks. You can grab those if you like, but I'm not going to be using any props today. So press pause if you need to, grab water, grab any props you feel like you'd like to have, and then join me back on the mat when you're ready. So let's go ahead and get started at the top of our mat. So we're going to start in mountain pose. So feet are hips distance apart, toes pointing forward, standing nice and tall with the shoulders back and down. Find your tall, lengthened spine. You can close the eyes for a moment, and we're just going to focus on the breath for a few rounds. So inhale through the nose, feel the chest and ribs expand. Exhale through the nose, shoulders soften, navel draws in. Breathing in, filling the lungs with fresh oxygen, and breathing out, feeling that breath leave the body. 2 more rounds. Good. Begin to blink the eyes open, and we're going to come into our first variation of our sun salutation, which incorporates cat-cow instead of the traditional vinyasa. So from your mountain pose, inhale, sweep the arms down, around and up, reach through the fingertips. On your exhale, turn the palms out, hinge from the hips, fold forward over the legs, bending the knees generously, coming into this standing forward fold. On your inhale, hands slide up to shins or thighs. Bring the spine parallel to the floor, and then exhale to bend the knees and drape the body over the legs. Place your hands down on the mat, fingers spread wide, and step back to tabletop. So you're going to come down onto one knee and then come down onto the other knee. From here, inhale to lift the tailbone, lift the sit bones. Drop the belly down towards the floor and reach your chest through your upper arms. On your exhale, come into cat pose. So lengthen the tailbone down, round the spine, chin into chest. Beautiful. Come back to that neutral tabletop pose. Tuck the toes under. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Press down through the base of the thumb and index finger. And then send the hips back towards the heels as you lift the hips high to the sky, coming to downward facing dog. Option to bend the knees as much as you need to be able to have a long neutral spine. Sometimes when we straighten the legs, the back tends to round. So feel free to bend the knees as much as you need. Now we're going to take a slow stroll to the top of the mat. So on your inhale, bend the knees, take the gaze forward, and then slowly walk the feet towards the hands, coming back to that standing forward fold, bending those knees, draping the body down, letting the head hang heavy like a bowling ball. Inhale back to that half lift. Slide the hands up onto knees, shins, or thighs. Exhale to slide the hands back down. Let the head hang. Feel the stretch through the back body. Awesome. On your inhale, press down through the heels, engage the back of the body as you sweep the arms down, around, and up to come to that exalted mountain, reaching the fingertips up. And then exhale the hands back down to your sides. Great job. That's variation 1. Let's move on to variation 2. Inhale, sweep the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, engage the core as you come down into that standing forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the spine, bring the neck in neutral alignment with the spine, and then exhale to fold back over the legs. This time we're going to inhale, bend the knees. You're going to step the feet back to plank pose, one, and then the other, making sure that your body is in one long line. So press the floor away, shoulders stack over wrists, and then on your exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. We're going to take a modified chaturanga. So on your exhale, bend the elbows, keeping them tucked into your sides as you lower the chest and belly all the way down onto the mat. Now we'll come into cobra pose. So inhale, lift the chest. If you feel like you want to bring it higher, then you'll press into the hands to lift the torso up off the mat as far as feels good for you. You don't have to straighten the arms all the way if your back isn't ready for that yet. On your exhale, lower back down. Inhale to press to tabletop. So come onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Lifting through the sit bones. Lengthening through the spine. Draw the navel in towards the back body and root down through the palms, hugging the top of the arm bones into the shoulder socket. We're going to take that slow stroll to the top of the mat once more. So inhale, bend the knees, take the gaze forward between the hands, and walk the feet forward towards the hands, coming into that standing forward fold. Inhale, half lift, hands come up onto the legs. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, press down through the heels, root to rise, sweep the arms down, around, and up. Reach through the fingertips, long spine, and exhale to return to mountain pose. Great job. That's variation 2. Again, feel free to stick with any variation that feels good to you if you don't feel like progressing further than where you are right now. Okay? Variation 3. Inhale, the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Place the hands down on the mat, and this time we're going to step the feet back one at a time, just like we did before. So step one leg back, step the other leg back to come to plank pose. Shoulders, hips, and heels make one long line. This time we're not lowering down the knees, so we're coming into a full chaturanga. So shift the weight forward, coming onto the tippy toes, bend the elbows to lower down to hover, not letting the shoulders pass the elbows. And then on your inhale, slide forward to come to upward facing dog, option to lower down to cobra. Now on your exhale, zipper up through the core, lifting through the hips, flip the feet to come to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And this time we're going to step through to lunge. So take that left foot, hug the knee in as you bring shoulders over wrists, step it through, and then step the other foot forward, right foot steps forward, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lengthen through the spine as you come up, exalted mountain. Exhale, mountain pose. So that's variation 3 with the full chaturanga without the knees down. This time I'm going to add the jump back and the hop forward. Okay, so if you're relatively new to yoga, please skip the hop for now. I prefer that you work on building the strength for a full chaturanga. If you've been practicing for a while, feel free to add the hop if you feel ready. Okay, so here we go, variation 4. This is the most challenging, so just really listen to your body. Make sure you're keeping the core engaged here. Inhale, arms down, around and up, exalted mountain. Exhale, hinge forward over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Place the hands down on the mat. Press the hands down, fingers spread wide. Bend the knees. On your inhale, hop back and lower the elbow or bend the elbows to lower down to your chaturanga. Inhale to bring it forward, coming onto the tops of the feet, upward facing dog. Engage the core, zipper up the abs. Exhale to lift the hips, flip the feet, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then we're going to hop forward. So bend the knees, take the gaze forward towards the hands, and try to float as you lift the feet up. Come into your half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the heels. Sweep the arms down, around, and up. And exhale to mountain pose. All right, first half of the class is done. I've shown you all the variations. You have the autonomy to kind of pick and choose if you feel like you want cobra or upward facing dog. Just choose the variation that feels best in your body and that you feel that you can do for 4 consecutive rounds. So you'll find that as we move into the second half, I'm going to cue less. And to the last round, I'm just going to cue the breath and the movement. Okay, so I really want you to try to tune out, get into your body, and just flow through these next 4 rounds of sun salutation. All right, so find your mountain pose, shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall. Here we go. Inhale, exalted mountain. Exhale, fold forward into your standing forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step or hop back into plank or tabletop. Good, and take your variation of chaturanga, knees or no knees. Lower down to hover. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, transition to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. On your inhale, bend the knees, take the gaze forward, walk, step, or hop up to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, exalted mountain. Exhale, return to mountain. Inhale, exalted mountain, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Inhale, step or hop back. Plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop up to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Root to rise, exalted mountain. Exhale, mountain. 2 rounds down, 2 to go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or hop back, plank pose. Exhale, knees or no knees, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, bend the knees, take the gaze forward. And exhale to walk, step, or jump up to your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, exalted mountain. Exhale, mountain. Last round. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plant the hands. step back or hop back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, look forward, walk, step, or hop. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to exalted mountain. Exhale to mountain. Good. In mountain pose here, place one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a few moments here to just breathe. Observe how your body feels. Observe the mind. If you weren't able to totally disconnect, that's completely okay. A lot of the times the quieting of the mind comes from repetition, comes from practicing consistently. So come back to this class as often as you like. Practicing those sun salutations, building strength, learning the flow, and before you know it, you'll be able to totally tune out and just move. Take a few more moments with your breath to just connect, to be present. And then when you're ready, begin to blink the eyes open, coming back into your space, bringing the hands together in prayer at heart center. Make sure you let me know how this class went for you in your feedback. Let me know what variation you took or how it felt in your body. Were you able to tune out, or are you still working on it? Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you're on Instagram, make sure you tag me in your practice at The Military Yogi. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.